Testing? Okay, cool. So, just to be clear, this poem is not about geometry.
That's hard.
It's always like this. A noisy car horn,
An inadequate server.
a long line at the store,
Neighbors being too loud.
people being too nosy,
Getting lost on the road.
and then, bam!
His cursing tightened the air around us, so loose with possibility, now narrow to a singular feeling.
The volcano erupted, spewing curses and crass remarks, raining down ashes of angst and overflowing with currents of chastisement.
We became wrapped around his anger, terrible, trembling, spit-flying temper. We became his puppets to marionette in a show of rebellion. This is fucking ridiculous. How dare you keep us waiting?
Napakamabagal naman kayo. Nakahindi na, mauwi na lang tayo.
If we didn't agree with him, then he jerked our strings and pulled until the tears fell, and that provoked his anger even more.
If we didn't agree with him, then his temper exploded even more, until it eventually simmered down to an angry boil. But the damage was already done. It's always like this.
I learned to stop reacting.
I was never sure how to react.
Any movement of my red-blushed face, and his ventriloquism would jump up to expose me. Stay quiet, don't react, don't give him a clue. Then there's nothing he can latch onto. Stay quiet, don't react, don't give him a clue. And his anger won't turn to question you.
I wondered, what should I do? Do I argue with him? Do I sit quietly and wait for the storm to pass? Silently quake in fear and rage? Shout back with as much intensity?
Keep quiet.
Fight back.
If I show him he actually hurt me, then I am weak. My mask was my own, something he couldn't wrestle from my grasp. He made everything at my core tremble, but this was something that never fell. I could always trust my cover. I could always validate the feeling of safety.
If I don't express my indignation, then I am weak. He has done something wrong, so I should let him know. I must have force in my words, my vexation will show. But why does it have to be this way? Why do I have to hide my weaknesses?
Family is supposed to be a haven, but no matter how much we fought, we could never see it as more than a cage. I tried to lock myself into an ideal, and the only one I cared about fitting was his. Someone he was proud of. Someone safe to love.
Yet, why don't I feel safe?
He had gotten angry so many times that I already guessed his intentions before he spoke. I internalized the spontaneity of his rage until my security was how predictable he was in his volatility. As he broke down in anger, I built myself off of his crumbling walls. We both expected perfection
from each other's imperfect selves.
We imagined each other as abstract ideals, always disappointed with the slightest slip in the image.
But we could not hold each other to such impossible standards.
Fault-finding is not the solution. It is merely the search for convenient distractions.
When we look to others for who we should be,
we neglect to look into ourselves.
Disappointment arises from the gap in expectation and reality.
But forgiveness is knowing that this gap exists.